What up with you guys? You know who it is. It's your boy John Mike, and today we're going to be talking about the Arturia Keystep micro keyboard controller. So I'm in my whole tip on keyboard controllers, little micro controllers. So we're going to be digging into this. This thing says it is redefining the portable keyboard experience. 32 notes. You got a whole bunch of other stuff. You got a CVGate. It even comes with a free CVGate thing or whatever that you can, use. I haven't really gotten into using CVGates. I don't really know honestly what they do. I'm pretty sure if there's somebody in the comment that has used it before, used CVs before. I know it has to do with those big modular synths. So you can comment as to what they're used for and how you could use it in a traditional environment. We may get into some of that into this on this channel soon or whatever. But yeah, it's supposed to be the top on the market. We're gonna see if it rivals my Native Instruments M32 that I reviewed about a week or so ago, a little bit ago. You can check that up in the cards or down in the description or whatever. So it comes with Ableton Live Lite, and we're gonna see what else it comes with. So let's dig into it. So inside of the box, first off and foremost, you got the USB cable. You got the little CVGate thing, which just looks like you got two 1/8 inch little things or whatever. There's three of these in here. So I guess you could use these for something or another. It looks really good. The build quality, I'm really impressed with. This almost feels like metal on the bottom. Almost like a metal feel. I think that is metal. Yeah, it's like an iron or a metal feel. It's got some weight to it, some girth, so to speak. It has the same kind of little touch strips that's on the M32, but of course, I guess the M32 probably picked that up from them because this was out before the M32. So instead of the traditional pitch bend and mod wheel, you got the little touch strip thing or whatever. You got an octave button here, shift, hold. You got shift, and you can do chord mode, I guess. We're going to explore that and see what that does. Now these knobs click. I don't know if you can hear that. So it's not like a turn knob, but it's a click. So that's pretty dope. And then this actually is a traditional knob that turns, but these two click. And so this is like your arpeggio, I guess. So you can choose your 1/4, your 132, all that stuff like that. And then this is the type of arpeggio mode, what have you. So you got a sequence mode, art mode, so you can kind of do several things with this. You got the tap, I guess for that. You got a record, a stop, and a play/pause button. The build on this is really, really good. I mean, really, really good. Now, here on the back is where it's got some kind of magical thing. So you got the CV stuff where you would plug that. If you know what you're doing with the CV junk, you would do that. Sustain pedal. You got a sync in and out button. I'm sure that's still, I guess that's having to do with the CV stuff. We'll do some research on that. But you also have traditional MIDI in and out. So I'm wondering if this thing will work with Bluetooth MIDI. I'm going to hook up my little Bluetooth MIDI module in a few and see if that works or whatever. We'll dig into that and see how that does. And then you've got this little thing right here, which is your sync, your USB stuff, some kind of other little input. It's pretty cool, man. Let's see how it feels. Pretty good feel. It's pretty comfortable, actually. I could see myself if I actually needed to play some real chords, I could actually play these, within a specific key or whatever. So that key bed actually feels decent. Feels really decent. So let's get this thing plugged up and let's see what it can do. All right, so got it out the box, got it plugged up or whatever. Bluetooth MIDI does work with this thing. So I have my BM A01s plugged up to the back of it or what have you. So it's hooked up. I have it connected to my MacBook wirelessly via Bluetooth Midi. I have it powered by my little iPhone block. I just plugged up my iPhone block to the wall and got it plugged up or whatever. So this thing feels really good. Real sturdy, nice feel. I'd probably give it a real high score on the keybed and how it actually feels for a micro keyboard. It feels really good. I can actually comfortably play some chords, and I have big hands. The spacing of the keys or whatever they did really feels really good. So I really like the keybed on there. I put it up against one of my favorites now, which is the M32. Now, where this keyboard actually shines at, I guess the whole flow of it is with the arpeggios and sequences and things that you can do with this. So, for instance, I can hit this little play button here and then play a chord, and it starts an arpeggio. And then I can actually control what type of arpeggio I get just by flipping this switch. I can speed it up by tapping the tempo. You know what I'm saying? Or I can switch to sequence mode, and then it plays a random sequence. You know what I'm saying? It kind of randomizes that. And I can choose the type of timing that I do with it. So it's kind of funky. It takes some, I'm sure, some getting used to if you kind of sit down and play around it. And I guess that's the whole function of the CVGate. Just, doing some just quick research on it or whatever. I can plug this up to a modular synth or a modular synthesizer, something like a Moog or any kind of thing that accepts the CVGate input. I run it out and I can actually control those sounds on that other keyboard or that other MIDI device, that other, gated device just from here. So I can send out those signals and have them in sync or whatever. So it may work good for arpeggios or just being creative using analog hardware or whatever. So I guess that's kind of one of the functions or whatever. A lot of Arturia products kind of come with that whole CV thing. They kind of believe in that. That's part of their, I guess, stick that makes them different than other companies that do MIDI controllers and keyboards and things like that. As far as playability, I give it a high score. It plays really well. If you're just looking for something that plays well, this plays very well. You can easily create with this keyboard. It's lacking in keys. It's only 32 keys, so kind of you're not gonna be able to really just kind of stretch out on it. But you know what I mean. You can get some basic things done production-wise with it. Size-wise, this thing is long. I'm not sure that this is gonna fit in my bag. And it's kind of long, so you can kind of take that for what it's worth. It's gonna fit. You're gonna have to have a pretty big, deep backpack for this to go into if you're looking for something that's portable. Durability, this is great. It's very durable. It's got metal on the bottom here. The frame of it is metal, so this thing can take a beating. You could probably throw it upside the wall and it would be okay. It's got some weight to it though. That's the trade-off. This thing weighs a good 6-7 pounds, maybe more. It's heavy. It's heavy. So even if you did get it in a backpack, this is going to add some significant weight to your back. And you may want to think about that, and your vertebrae and all of that may thank you for picking something a little bit lighter. Software-wise, it does not come with a lot of software. It only comes with Ableton Live Lite. I thought maybe they would throw in like Keylab or something like that. Their whole software suite of instruments and things, but they didn't really give that with this. It's just strictly your Ableton Live Lite. That's all you get. But you get some sounds and some production stuff, and it's a DAW with Lite. But it's not like you get any extra sounds. And this is running in the $100 range, so you kind of got to keep that in mind in terms of pricing and what you're getting for the price, and know why you're getting it. As far as control is concerned, this does not, I can't give it a low score on control, maybe a 2 or 3, because it does not have much that you can do in terms of control. So if you're looking for that keyboard that you can kind of have like the MPK Mini that's got like all of the controls and pads, and you can use it as a control surface, and you can do all of these things with it, this is really not going to be it. This is not going to be something that's going to give you a whole lot of control, because it just doesn't. It's got its own internal controls, the whole CV, the ARP stuff. If that's your stick, if that's what you like, if you like working with that sort of thing, arpeggios and creating random sequences of notes and things like that, this is going to be a great buy for you, and it's going to offer you that level of control that you're looking for. But for an average person that's just looking for something to actually play and control their DAW, a Midi controller, this doesn't really fit the bill in terms of control from my perspective. Now, overall, it's still a great keyboard. Feel is great. I could see using this maybe as an auxiliary board in a live performance because of the arpeggio features and things like that. It can really allow you to keep it like up in a aux position as you're playing, and be able to throw some ARPs in there, or some synths, or some random sequences as you're doing your live recording, or live church services or whatever. When you feel like, hey, you need something that I can just reach up and play some auxiliary stuff, this probably would work best for that sort of thing. But production, it's just not my stick. It's not something that would work for me. So hope this video helped you. Hope it blessed you. Hope it gave you some information about this particular keyboard. Get your grind on 100 shirts. You got to say, when you see the 100, you can't say it 100. You got to say 100. Get grind on 100 shirts. My wife started a clothing, apparel line, or what have you, and I'm trying to kind of help her get it off the ground. So this is one of the first shirts that she did. I drop a link to it down in the description, and you can check that out and support the channel, support my wife, support my family, all those good things like that, just by doing that. We appreciate you guys hanging out. Hit the like button, the share button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not a part of the family. We got some great content on this channel. Feel free to scroll up and check it all out. We'll talk to you guys on the next video. I'm out. Holla at your boy.